Welcome everybody to the No Contest channel, where we cover all gaming but mainly Smash. With that being said, we're gonna go over what we think would be the top 10 most hyped characters to join Smash Ultimate. But before we continue, I just want to let everyone know that this list was not picked in any particular order. We just picked these characters with the mindset of thinking that they would break the internet. Oh boy, I'm your host Jordan. Let's get right into it.
No contest.
First up, Crash Bandicoot, one of the biggest pioneers in gaming, period. He's one of the only characters I feel is actually missing from the game. There's not a lot of characters I can sit here and say I feel that way, but Crash Bandicoot is one of them. I feel like Crash's chances to get in this game are so high, especially with his massive comeback with his remastered versions of his previous games, Crash the Insane Trilogy, and his most current sequel, Crash 4. Dude, if you have not got Crash 4, you're doing yourself a disservice. That game is so colorful, it's so fun, the interactions between the characters are hilarious, the game is just nostalgic to play. You gotta go get it. I could sit here and talk about this character's potential moveset literally all day. I feel like he has so many options to choose from, ranging from his iconic spin, his belly flop, his slide, or they can even implement like the new mask that he has in like Crash 4. With that being said, there's so many different directions you could take this character in, but I do ask for one thing, Sakurai. There's one thing: you give me an out of shield spin option. If you give me an out of shield spin option faster than anything else on this planet, I will be golden. I'll be the biggest troll on the internet. I can't be stopped. Next up, we got Dante from Devil May Cry, literally one of the most popular franchises in gaming, holding one of the most smart-ass, laid-back demon hunters of all time because he just wants to be. I mean, he's just a badass. That's what he does. He does it because just cuz. I don't know what I'm saying, but I think you knew what I was saying, and that's all that matters. So, back on topic, Dante would be another interesting character in Smash, alternating from his different fighting styles: Gunslinger, Swordmaster, Royal Guard, Trickster, and lastly, Dark Knight. And we cannot forget about his babies, his pistols, Ebony and Ivory. I feel like this character is going to be really up close and personal. He's going to be a brute. He's going to take advantage of pretty much majority of all characters in neutral. He's going to have a lot of options when it comes to range. I feel like he's just going to be a really, really solid and effective character. Now, when it comes to chances, I would definitely say that Dante has been rumored before, especially around in the Byleth era. I think there was like some dates that lined up and everybody was like, oh my god, Dante's about to come out, and then we got Byleth. Still recovering from that one. Nonetheless, his game is on the Switch now. I just feel like he's inching closer and closer. I personally think that he's one of the last remaining fighters in the Fighters Pass. This one's a little bit more of a wilder pick, but Sly Cooper from the Sly Cooper series would be amazing in Smash Ultimate. Sly Cooper is worshipped by fans because of the franchise's creative stealth gameplay while being accompanied by its unique art style. His whole game is revolved around thievery, so if you ever have the urge to steal, then this is definitely the game for you. Okay, in all seriousness, I think Sly would definitely be heavily reliant on deception, distraction, and also incorporating some aspects of stealth while using his cane as his primary weapon, which I think would work a lot how like Byleth works with forward air and forward smash, making it the character reach really far past itself, which would make the character really interesting. And for those that have never played Sly Cooper, like what I meant by cane is that like Sly Cooper has like a hook cane that he would use to steal things and so on and so forth. Sly Cooper's chances in making it into Smash feel almost non-existent. He just hasn't been in the spotlight in years. He would definitely be a great left field pick and a great addition to the game, but his chances are really slim. Moving on, we have Sora from Kingdom Hearts. Everybody knows this character by now. He's probably one of the most speculated characters for Smash, for the DLC. I personally think this would be a great pick. We already have, Cloud in the game, which is also owned by Square Enix, which also owns Kingdom Hearts. So it's not like the character couldn't get in the game. It's just the fact of, the character being so closely tied to Disney and so interwoven. It's just kind of hard to see this character come to the game without, you know, those Disney characters, because Goofy and Donald accompany this character throughout his entire game. I personally think this character would be great in Smash solely on the fact that there's so many people that do want this character in the game. The character has, you know, a lot of things in his arsenal, ranging from magic to the thousands of Keyblades that he's able to wield. I think that it would be interesting to see Nintendo actually take this character and sit down and try to figure out a moveset for this character. If anything, what I would like would be the anti-form that Sora does have. He's cloaked in, you know, darkness, and he's just super, you know, badass, and the combo game just changes for him. I just think that it would, you know, make the character more dynamic. In terms of chances, this character, it's going to be extremely hard for Nintendo to be able to get in the game. It's touched by too much. There's too many hands in the pot for this one. The character has, you know, literally on his Keyblade, it has a Mickey Mouse, you know, keychain hanging from it. Like, it's just, they're gonna have to literally take out so much for this character just to put him in the game if Disney is like, nah, we don't want, you know, our characters associated with a fighting game. However, Smash is one of the biggest IPs on this earth. So, I mean, I'm not going to say that Nintendo can't get him. But I'm going to give his chances I don't even know what to do. I don't know what to do. I would give his chances. If we're going out of 10, I would give it like a 6. It was one of those things where I don't want to get my hopes up for it because the character's great, but I just feel like Disney's just not going to let it happen. Next, you got my boy Spyro. Spyro is definitely one of those characters like Crash that is just one of those pioneers, man. Like, just one of those old school games that you used to have on PlayStation 1. It was definitely a household name, man. For me, Spyro was like one of the first like open world games I have ever played. I loved it. Like it was just, you know, it was so fast paced, full of action. All right, let's get down to the juicy stuff, the move set. Spyro's moves would, you know, I think would be pretty fun. I would imagine with his fire breath and his charging headbutt, and also giving him that glide mechanic, which would be similar to how Steve, you know, glides, or, you know, how like Meta Knight was in, you know, Super Smash Bros. Brawl. Maybe he could have his Dragonfly companion Sparks to help him with his attacks, or similar to kind of how like Duck Hunt Dog is. So I don't think they would have like a hard time making that work, or I would think that they would build Spyro off of, you know, Duck Hunt. Going into this character's chances, he did have a remastered trilogy just like Crash. It was called Spyro Reignited. It came out, it was doing well. It just seemed like it was doing well. I saw it everywhere. In terms of sales, I don't know what happened, but it did seem like the character appeared and just disappeared. So I don't know what that means for his chances. If I were to give it anything out of a 10, I feel like the character would be a 4, but I think he would be a great addition to the game. I think that he is a pioneer. He is an OG game character, and it would just be great to see him in the game. Now we got your boy Master Chief from the Halo franchise. Everyone in this planet, not even people that are not even gamers, know what Halo is. I'm a firm believer that if it was not for the Halo series, there would not be an Xbox 360. There would have not been an Xbox One. There would have not been any like consoles past the original Xbox. Halo pushed that system so hard. Like, that was the reason why people bought Xbox at one point. Halo has a special place in my heart. I used to play that game religiously with my friends. I think it's one of the longest games I've ever played. I think I've played it from literally 6 in the morning to 3 in the morning the next day on Halo 2. For his moveset, I think he would work a lot like Snake does, but I think that it would be cool to implement a lot of his weapons from different games. Maybe like the hammer, the needler, the SMG, the rocket launcher, the sticky grenades. I think the sticky grenades would probably be the funnest aspect of this character. The only thing I'm torn on is just I don't know whether I would want this character to be a ranged character or a character that's up close and personal. Because at the end of the day, dude, I love the assassinations in Halo. Just imagine assassinating Sora on the big screen, like just assassinating him, neck snapped off. And that's probably the reason why Disney don't want to implement Goofy, because I'd snap Goofy's neck immediately. Chances. Now, I don't know how to feel about his chances because we already have 2 Microsoft reps. We have Banjo-Kazooie and we have Minecraft Steve. Like, would it be too much to put Master Chief in there? Would they be too greedy? I think that the chances of this character getting in the game is there. I think it's a great business decision for Nintendo to make it happen. I know like 5 people off my, the top of my head that bought Smash solely just for Steve and Minecraft. So, I could see that happening for Master Chief as well. So I would give him, like a half and half. I'll give him a 5 out of 10. We're going to have another OG, Bomberman. Now, a lot of people are going to give me slack for this. Look, man, I know he's an assist trophy, and there's that mystical rule that if it's an assist trophy, it can't be in the game. I'm still optimistic about it, though. I'm still optimistic. I still think that he's going to be that one character that gets upgraded. He already got upgraded once from assist trophy to a Mii costume, so maybe we got a little light here. Now, even to this day, I still feel like the fact that Nintendo made him an assist trophy was a 100% mistake. I don't know what happened, but that character is not an assist trophy. That character is definitely a playable character. I don't get it whatsoever. That character, for me, I played his games on the Nintendo 64, and I played on the GameCube and so on and so forth. I think that was one of the most immersive games when it came to multiplayer games of its time. And I personally loved it. I enjoyed it. I love the concept of the game. It's just great. The character's cool. And it's fun. Moveset wise, this character has a lot of stuff going for him. I think that everything would revolve around his iconic bomb. In the multiplayer, you had multiple power-ups, these icons that you would pick up around the map that would allow you to do different moves like increasing the blast radius of the bombs, throwing the bombs, kicking the bombs, putting more bombs down in succession. I just think that this character would be really fun to play. Just based off of that, I think that the character would probably be a ranged character. I can see him camping and walling people out and, gaining damage and trying to get those small confirms to try to get the kills and bring the game home. Now, all this talking about Bomberman, I know what you're thinking right now. Jordan, what is his chances of getting in the game? My bias is 10 out of 10. However, realistically, I think his chances are probably slimmer than all these characters that we've talked about. Maybe a little less than Sly Cooper. I think he would be a great addition to the game, but the fact that he already has a Mii costume and also has a assist trophy, it just seems like the character already has a substantial amount of love thrown its way. And so with that being said, I just think that the character's chances are slim. I know going into this topic is probably going to be dangerous, but Waluigi is probably one of the most annoying, ugly, lanky looking characters I have ever seen in my entire life. However, I love him to death. His popularity is through the roof, appearing in Mario Kart, Mario Tennis. He's definitely made his mark in the Mario world. Moveset wise, I would like Waluigi to have representation of every single game he's been in. So Mario Tennis, he uses his racket. He does that as an assist trophy because he is an assist trophy in the game. Using his tennis racket, using his, his Mario Kart. I literally can see this character doing all of it and being wacky at the same time. Chances wise, I feel like this character is going to get into the game. He also feels like a character that should be in the game. We have Daisy, and I feel like Waluigi holds precedence over Daisy, so it just feels goofy that he's not in the game. Sakurai even knows about the character. People have been bothering him about the character since forever, and Sakurai's a people pleaser, so if anything, I think this character is probably going to be one of the characters on the Fighters Pass. Lloyd Irving from Tales of Symphonia. Very, very popular in Japan. Not so much over here in the US. I've seen the character a bunch of times. Never knew his name until I started diving into speculation for Smash. If anyone hasn't played his game, it's definitely an RPG based game. It's action packed. It's very immersive. The characters are memorable. He's a cool character, a dual swordsman at that. I mean, I don't think we have any dual swordsmen in the game, so it definitely would be a big change up for Smash Ultimate if he did make it. Lloyd Irving, I think that they should make him focus on getting up close and personal, with also putting pressure on the opponent with relentless attacking, while concentrating on speed and combo potential. With that being said, I feel like they need to make this character have a lot of confirms at different percents to make him effective. Chances, I think his chances are small, but that's just because of the lack of spotlight and relevancy in the West. He's, like I said before, he's extremely popular in Japan, but that never really stopped Sakurai either, because I'm gonna tell you right now, I didn't know what Fire Emblem was until Super Smash Bros. I didn't know what a Roy was. I didn't know what a Marth, Ike, Robin, Lucina. I didn't know what any of that was until Sakurai put it in the game. So, I mean, it's still possible. So out of a 10, I would give it a 2. Last on this list is Geno from Mario RPG, one of the main protagonists of that game. I don't know too much backstory on Geno. I do know that he is an entity that possessed a puppet to help Mario in his game. I think that they should use all the moves that, Geno does have in his game. Geno Beam would be, a move charging up his energy and releasing it all in one fell swoop across the, the map like Robin does with his neutral B. We believe Geno would, handle like a mid-range fighter, being able to bait and punish with strong magic attacks, because I know that Geno does revolve around a lot of magic. Chances, I think that Geno has the highest chance out of all these characters he's requested throughout all of the Smash community, and even had a Mii costume in his previous game that has not showed up in Smash Ultimate. And I've been watching, speculation and a lot of reaction videos for a very, very long time. And even in reaction videos, the very first thing that anyone says is it Geno? Is Geno gonna finally be in the game? And then it'll be somebody else, and they're usually excited, but still they're like, that initial, oh, is it Geno, just says a lot for a lot of people. Even pro players are doing this. So I think that Geno has a very, very high chance to be in this game. Also, what do you think about the characters picked in this video? Did you think there was a character we missed? Tell us your thoughts in the comments below. Well, that just about sums up this video. If you liked the video, please leave a like, a subscribe, and also click that notification bell so you don't miss anything. Once again, we're No Contest. See you next time.